Ain't it foggy outside? All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer. 'Cause I understand you've been running from a man that goes by the name of the Sandman. He flies the sky like an eagle in the eye of a hurricane that's abandoned. The years gone by fast. I suppose you have missed them. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Did you hear of my enlistment? Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer. 'Cause I understand you've been running from the man that goes by the name of the Sandman. He flies the sky like an eagle in the eye of a hurricane that's abandoned. I understand you've been running from the man that goes by the name of the Sandman. He flies the sky like an eagle in the eye of a hurricane that's abandoned. I understand you've been running from the man that goes by the name of the Sandman. He flies the sky like an eagle in the eye of a hurricane that's abandoned. I understand you've been running from the man that goes by the name of the Sandman. He flies the sky like an eagle in the eye of a hurricane that's abandoned.
Now, that is a proper 5-minute song, I'll tell you what. Or forget who sings that. It was my Plan B song. It was supposed to be the Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes. You know, bum 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 bum, but YouTube doesn't like it.
Oh. That makes sense.
But Tyson, how's your week?
Pretty good. Nothing happened. Oh, hold on. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Sorry.
So we got 2 seconds.
Be right back.
Okay. Well, this is the show. I am your lovable host, Harry. With me, as always, was Tyson. He'll be back in a minute. We got some Raw to cover. Got some SmackDown. And of course, we have Saturday night's main event to go over. And of course, we have some stories. What are the stories? Let's take a look here. Josh Alexander, I believe, defended AEW. And WrestleMania is no longer in New Orleans. Does that mean it's canceled? Who knows? Obviously, it's not canceled. And what was the other one? Oh, yeah. TNA decided that they don't want to be... They're stupid. Little throat slashing thing. I don't want to get too far into that. But yep, that is the show, and that is right on time. Wow. Perfect timing. I only had to stall for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else before we get into Raw?
No, we can get into Raw.
All right, let's get into Raw. And we are in Greenville, South Carolina. We started off with a recap of the Punk, Sammy, and submission badass Jey Uso shit from the week prior. And then it was just a hype video. Nothing special. And then our walkers were Team Rollins and then Jey Uso. Uso's facing Braun Breaker, so that'll be fun. I'm sure no shenanigans there. And then we have AJ Styles and Penta and Judgment Day. Penta and Styles are teaming against Balor and McTurd. So there's that. And then we have Logan Paul. Comes out, he's beating Jey Uso. Pretty much is what he says. Then Gunther comes out. He says, well, you say you're going to beat the guy that took my title, so I can only assume that means that you think that you can beat me. And then Gunther proceeds to glaze Logan Paul for some reason. Like, oh, you're a social media star. I can learn a lot from you. Like, Gunther gives a shit about his fucking Instagram followers all of a sudden. Then Gunther says it's just business to you, but for me, it's very personal. So if you take my rematch with Jey Uso away from me, thus my title shot, I will take that very personally. And he says he's eating Logan Paul alive if they ever face each other in the ring. And then Jey Uso came out and super kicked Logan Paul.
Yeah. I think he was making the point that this is just a thing for Logan Paul, but this is his life.
I get the point. But he came out and he's like, oh, well, I can learn a lot from you. And then like he just turned 180. I don't know. It was very out of character. The guy that in the little fucking WWE short where they're asking everybody what they want to be or what they wanted to be or whatever the fuck. And they're like, oh, I'm a ballerina. I'm an astronaut. And Gunther said, I'm a fucking professional wrestler, bitch.
I remember that one.
Yeah, he didn't play around at all. And then now he's, my Instagram. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like I saw where he was going. Like, yeah, you're popular on Instagram. You're popular on YouTube. You got the social media thing on lock. But this is wrestling.
Yeah, I got it. It's just, I don't know. When Gunther comes out anymore. I'm just like, no, please, no more. Please. Especially Logan Paul. God damn it. Well, then we had some girl bullshit. Roxanne Perez is in the Money in the Bank qualifying match after losing all of her previous matches. So there's that. And then they showed Perez getting signed. How dumb does Pierce look for like making a big signing deal over a loser?
I mean, people say she's a big deal. I'm not like deep in the lore of Roxanne Perez, so I couldn't say otherwise, but that's what people say.
I know the bottom rope is barely shorter than she is.
That's true.
Oh, and
She's
Zoe
a little
Stark is
tiny.
still alive.
Is she?
Yeah.
Barely.
Well, at this point in the show, she's still up and alive. And then so is Kyrie Sane. They all have a qualifier match later. So, yay.
Yep.
Then Jey Uso runs into Paul Heyman. Heyman doesn't want to be accused of screwing over the champion. So he's letting him know that Braun Breaker's facing him in a non-title match. And Breaker's okay with that because he just wants to slow Jey Uso down. He's that great of a fucking champion, is what Paul Heyman said. Gunther, Uso, Logan Paul, they're just temporary. Seth Rollins is the future.
Yeah.
Then Balor and McTurd beat Penta and Styles. Gable cost Penta the match after a headbutt.
El Grande Americana cost
Whatever.
Penta the match.
If you want to keep doing that, that's fine. But we all
keep doing.
Io Sky had an interview, and then Seth's husband interrupted. In fairness to Seth's husband, it didn't sound like Io was going to say anything interesting. She was just like, I won Money in the Bank before. I'm good champion. They won't beat me. Whatever. Did Seth's husband say anything?
No, she just told her she's going to win Money in the Bank and then cash in on her.
There you go. Rollins and Logan Paul had a backstage moment. Rollins says Uso's getting hurt. So Logan Paul's chances of... He's getting hurt because he's facing Braun Breaker. So Logan Paul's chances of winning on Saturday greatly improve. But if Logan Paul gets past Uso and Gunther, Rollins will be waiting.
They're really trying to play up this Logan Paul might win thing. I never believed it for a second.
Right? They're not going to have two heel champions.
Well, not even that, but Jay just won the title, so.
Well, and they're sucking his dick so hard.
Yeah, that too.
Perez won the girls' qualifier match somehow.
She did. I don't remember how she did either, but
I think Ugly NXT chick came out and Becky brawled with her and the other one.
yeah.
Kyrie
Yeah,
Sane ate the pin, didn't she?
She wasn't in the match, but
Oh.
So Lyra came back. She attacked Becky Lynch. They brawled to the back, I believe, and then it was left between Natalya and Roxanne Perez. So there you go.
Oh,
Natalya
okay.
was the other person. So Natalya wasn't winning,
right?
Even though people online would have you believe they wanted her to win.
Well, it is a Money in the...
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you see the she does Bloodsport a lot. Whatever I guess it's GCW's little UFC thing, or Josh, I don't know. Apparently she attacked a fan. Well, she attacked a fan
Did she?
Yeah, he said something and then she like hit him
No shit.
and he went down.
Good. Was it fake?
It didn't look fake. It could be to gain attention, but it didn't look fake.
Why is that not public? Why am I hearing about it from you?
I don't know.
Huh. I'll have to look
Kind of
that up.
just
Is it GCW any good?
I don't know. I just saw
Yeah.
that clip.
I'll have to look it up. But yeah, it is the Money in the Bank, match itself. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Natty would be in it. She's not going to win the match.
Yeah, that's true.
Sami Zayn and Jey Uso had a backstage thing. Nothing happened. Sami just said, "I got this." So, good deal. Then New Day and Gable had a meeting. Presumably it was about the triple threat match.
Yeah, they're still gassing up. Oh yeah, you should American Made should be getting these opportunities and championships and stuff.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
And then Sheamus beat Waller, of course. Theory needs to lose that vest.
I actually thought it was kind of a good look for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree on that one. But if it didn't have the patches and shit, I don't know. It just looks very. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked it.
Cool.
Maybe it was the patches that I actually liked.
We're just
We're on two different pages.
Yeah.
No, the one that on his back that said like theory or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I mean, it wasn't like this is a badass guy jacket, but I thought it looked good. It fit him.
Okay. Maybe if he didn't have like the trunks. Maybe if he wore like jeans or something.
Yeah.
I skipped the Pacers interview. I don't give a shit.
Nothing really happened. So this being Tyrese Halliburton, he said that they're gonna beat the Knicks, which they're up to 0, so looking like that's coming true. And then he mentioned that he's gonna be in the Vitchy game later this year. He's gonna be a DLC patch.
Are the Pacers in the finals?
They're about to be.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, I meant playoffs. Is LeBron James in the playoffs?
No.
Bronny didn't get him to the promised land.
No, they went home first round.
That James Square combination.
I don't even think he's on the team. Like he's there, but I think he's in the G League.
Oh, I heard he wasn't that good.
Well, I mean, they often say, you're not going to get blessed twice. There's always going to be like that one family member that is gifted with all the athletics, but then another one isn't going to be as good. So,
well, and I think it's if you're following in the footsteps of like a LeBron James, I just think it's stupid to even try to, repeat that. All you can do is what you can do.
yeah, he's never going to live up to that.
No, nobody could. Well, I still think Kobe's better, but whatever. For my money.
The only family that it seems like it just doesn't fall off is the Mannings.
No. Peyton got traded. That's about it. Or no, he didn't get traded. He got released.
Well, I just mean like Arch Manning was good, Peyton Manning was good, Eli Manning was good.
Was Arch good?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I never watched one.
So why would you throw that statement out if you don't fucking know?
Because that's what the experts say.
He was good?
Yeah.
Okay. I just
Or
know
he
he's on the Saints.
Maybe he was serviceable.
Okay. I don't even know where it was.
Oh, Halliburton's gonna be in the video game.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the Colts owner died.
Yeah, Jim Irsay.
Yeah, a whole bunch of chicks are gonna take over, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we had Gunther and Rollins backstage. Rollins praised Gunther, of course. Gunther says he's the future, not Rollins. And then Rollins says Gunther's a target if he wins the title again. Gunther says he can't wait. I look forward to it.
Yep, everything's getting twined together.
Yeah. Because it's lazy. They can't just have like fucking separate storylines. Everybody just has to be in the same congealed shit.
I mean, they gotta have stories for the world title.
Okay, that's fine, but do they all have to be going after Jey Uso?
I don't think.
Does it have to be badass Jey Uso submission specialist against everybody at once?
Well, clearly they didn't. They were trying to build up that it doesn't matter who's next. I'm next. I got next, and then Rollins is like, I got next too. So, because they were talking about Jay, and then they were talking about Logan Paul. This is what this whole night was. Is like, hey Logan, if you win, I'm next, buddy. I'm here to calmly tell you that I'm next.
I wish they would have just spent time making Rollins group. What is? They don't even have a fucking name. I wish they would spend more time building them up, making them more threatening, instead of just everybody. I got this. I got this. Oh, if you win, I'm gonna win. You're good, but I'm better. I'm the future. Okay, we get it. You all want the title. Great. Rollins has a new group and we don't know anything about them other than Rollins is the future and Breaker's his badass little henchman. Gunther could be doing something too. Jesus Christ, they just had him fucking have a competitive match against the punter. Can't give him anything.
Which he's still putting over, by the way.
I know, I don't get it. Fuck
At least I respect him.
Ripley won the other girls' qualifier match. Zoe Stark fucked her knee up something awful. Apparently she's going to be out until like next year. Sucks.
Yeah. So that spot. So basically she went for the springboard dropkick that she does literally all the time. The experts who, know wrestling and stuff, like the ex-wrestlers, what they are saying, I mean, yes, I could tell what happened, but, I'm not a wrestler, so I don't want to sound like a
Just
douchebag.
get to it.
Anyway, Kairi Sane was out of position. She was way too far. She's on the, how Shane McMahon does the coast-to-coast drop kick?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's what Zoe Stark was attempting right there, because Kairi Sane was on the other side of the ring, but she still decided to do the springboard dropkick. Well, she fell short, so she put her leg out to brace her impact, which she shouldn't have done, and yeah, her knee bent in a way that it shouldn't bend. Apparently, it was the same knee that she had just gotten reconstructed, so they
Oh,
didn't
bummer.
construct it good enough, I guess. And yeah, she's going to be out for. Now, I saw that report, and I actually tweeted on it because they said she's going to be out for the rest of 2025. It's like 2025, she'd be lucky to walk again after that.
Right?
Like, I don't know if she's getting back in the wrestling ring. Unfortunately,
If she does, I mean, she'll be very limited. I mean, I don't know. It's wrestling. It's kind of hard to tell.
I mean, if she does, I mean, I've seen people come back from pretty bad injuries, like Anderson Silva. He, I remember that kick he got checked by like Chris Weidman, and then his leg on the replay, his leg was just dangling there on the way back.
Yeah, that's scary.
Like he came back from that. There was that kid, I don't know his name, but the kid over in Louisville who had a pretty bad injury. He came back from that, so
Was it
I
Lattimore,
guess you can.
the running back?
No, it was a basketball dude.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, wasn't yeah? There was a running back who. Oh, Tracy. What was his name? Tracy McGee,
Oh, I thought it was
Miami.
Lattimore.
The guy out of Miami, McGee. Remember he was like a
Oh,
all
Willis
star.
McGahee.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
He
oh yeah,
came
he
back
got his
from his
knee
injury
fucked up
bad.
during the national title game.
Yeah, that was a bad injury. He came back from. Oh, he got back on the field.
Yeah, he did that all right. Could have been worse.
Yeah, so you can come back from a pretty bad looking injury, but if she does, she's gonna have to change her style. Yeah, even though she does that move like every week. It's just the fact that Zoe
It was
was.
just
I'm sorry.
bad. It looked like what's her head was out of position, and she just had bad judgment. I think I don't know. Maybe they're too programmed to follow. You know, it has to be this way. Like they're not trained to improvise. I guess.
Yeah, they couldn't go off the script.
Yeah. Like no, this is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
Or maybe they are trained to improvise, and she's just too green. I don't know. Like I'm not qualified to speculate on that, but it does suck because for one, like this is the first time we've seen her in months.
yeah.
And she came out all optimistic, and then she did a Kevin Nash. But I don't think it changed the outcome.
It did change the outcome because she was supposed to take the pin.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Kairi Sane was supposed to take the pin.
No, she was not. Now, I
Okay.
don't know if she was supposed to win or not. Probably not, but
Yeah, I doubt it.
she was supposed to. Zoe was supposed to take the pin.
Who's the champion? Oh, Io Sky. Okay. We had a Rusev vignette. He's facing Tozawa next week. He says he admires Tozawa's courage and loyalty to Otis, but Tozawa must be high on cheers and applause to challenge Rusev. Rusev was doing what's best by trying to fix Tozawa, like Rusev fixed himself. And that ungrateful little man dares challenge Rusev. Rusev was born in the Tempest, the son of thunder. Who is Tozawa to challenge Rusev? Now Tozawa has Rusev's attention, and now has a problem. Tozawa should have thanked Rusev and walked away. Instead, Tozawa listened to the fans. Rusev says he is not Tozawa's brother, and his ego may get him cheered, but Tozawa's arrogance will get him slaughtered. Tozawa-san, next week on Monday Night Raw, I embrace your challenge with open arms. And after I beat you senseless and I tap you out, I'm going to forgive your stupidity and forget your existence. Easily the best thing on Raw.
Yeah, these are the words of the Redeemer.
Good shit. Very good shit. Until they have him doing catchphrases and yeah, that means.
I don't think he's gonna go that route.
They'll do something.
I mean, he might have to go that route to, get over with the fans. I think he's getting a good reaction how he is, though.
He's fucking awesome. I liked him beforehand, but he was still a little cartoony. Here, he's just like a fucking monster.
Yeah, it seems after he left WWE and then went to AEW, they figured out something with him.
Yeah, I do remember seeing the not promos, well, clips of promos of just the bald head, and he is jacked now, so he was very militant.
Yeah.
Where after that, New Day wasted time. They said they have no competition, mentioned a couple teams, and thank God for the New Day. 3-hour show.
Well, this would have been during commercial, so.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right, my bad. We had new Judgment Day backstage. Perez is going to be an associate now. Remember just a few weeks ago, Dominic was like, hey, let's get that new Penta guy in here. And Balor's like, no, can't have new members.
Yep.
So instead of having somebody that can contribute and actually bring some wins to the team, they bring in Perez, who has yet to win a match.
Well, there's something much bigger at play here.
What?
Well, you see, and Roxanne Perez even brought him chicken nuggets. By the way, that was the biggest arguing point after Raw. It's like, Dominic always talks about tendies, but she brought chicken nuggets.
So you're saying this whole thing's going to be Roxanne Perez getting Dominic's dick wet? Is Dominic just going to be a man whore?
Yes. Dominic is vying for a triple threat championship here. Moving from Rhea to Liv to Roxanne. No. Anyway, that's now it might be a swerve, and he doesn't. He stays with Liv, but that's kind of what they're setting up.
Well, that's a severe downgrade, wouldn't you say?
I skipped it.
All right. I mean, you can make the case that Ripley and Liv is a lateral move, but kind of depending on ice cream, what flavor ice cream you want. But Roxanne Perez is objectively less attractive than Liv Morgan.
Anyway, it's not for me to judge. She's not my cup of tea, I'll just say. But she's also like 22 or something like that.
So
that's why I don't want to judge her. She's a kid.
Okay.
But yeah, it might be a swerve, and Dominic stays with Liv, or he betrays. He betrays Liv and goes with Roxanne.
Well, if he goes with that hideous creature, over Liv Morgan, then he's an idiot.
His head needs to be studied.
Yes.
Yeah, because during the segments, she gives him nuggets. She gives Carlito an apple or 2 apples, and then Raquel said, "Liv's going to hear about this," and then Balor said, "Oh, I bet she will." So he did that to kind of plant a seed or something, create a rift. He's trying to get back at Liv, or because there's their little power struggle that they're passively aggressively doing.
Like all year.
Yeah. It's like the Judgment Day is just a revolving door of new members.
They have no direction.
Yeah. It's almost like they're getting, I don't know, they're getting ready to be a face team, and then Balor, whoever his new little group is going to be the new heels.
The Peaky Blinders.
So yeah, we got Balor and we got Roxanne. Maybe JD goes with Balor.
He kind of has to, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like he's getting what's happening.
Not yet.
You would think Balor would have pulled him to the side and said, hey, this is what's happening here. But like he's still showing loyalty to the group, and Balor's doing his little games.
I don't know. This is very tedious.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Girl rubbing her hand on your crotch and never like actually getting inside your pants.
Like, get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta stretch it out. At least I'll give them that. At least there's some story there. It's not just mindless wrestling.
What's the story?
I just
Just
described the story.
Oh, that. But they just did it.
I know the Judgment Day is a revolving door of people.
Okay.
Everybody gets kicked out when you're no more use.
Well, Jey Uso beat Braun Breaker by disqualification. Rollins and Breaker beat up Uso after the match. Zayn and Punk came out, and a brawl ensued. And then Logan Paul knocked out Jey Uso.
Again.
And that was Raw.
Yeah. Pretty lackluster show.
Boy, was it. I forgot that they even had matches. Like Saturday night's main event. Like I forgot that was even a thing by the end of the show.
I mean, they drilled it home, but I'm saying on the Raw show, nothing happened.
No. Everybody wants the title. Judgment Day, same shit, different day.
Yeah, just a slow bleed.
I think the only thing of note was Zoe Stark. Now, unfortunately, not for good reasons, and Rusev's vignette.
Yeah, like I said, the biggest talking point coming out of Raw was the Zoe Stark injury. Because everybody wanted to weigh in on that, and the chicken nugget.
Oh.
Like people were arguing. I don't know. I was like, oh, she didn't even give him tendies. I was like, yes, she did. And then people were arguing whether or not they were tendies.
Jesus Christ.
As a bigger note, if chicken nuggets are tendies, which obviously they're not, but yeah, that was it's like, yeah, that tells you nothing happened on the show when chicken nuggets are the talking point.
No shit. Well, I wish I could say it gets better, but we move on to SmackDown. It's in Savannah, Georgia. The Walkers are the Street Profits. Then the rookie team, Fraxium, because they have a title match later. We have Fatu, Solo, and I'm just going to call him Jeff Cobb. I'm not going to say JC Mateo anymore. Fatu and Cobb are facing Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. And then Drew McIntyre is walking, and he is immediately attacked by Damian Priest. There's a brawl. They're pulled apart.
Yep.
I do appreciate how they have this feud going on, and nobody's saying shit about it for the most part. I mean, they have like their little vignettes, but there's not like talking back and forth. They're just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, they're on site.
Tiffany Stratton came out to say some shit. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair was there.
So Tiffany, she just basically talked about how last year she won Money in the Bank, and then this year she's now in the position to get cashed in on. So she played up the importance of Money in the Bank in that way. Alexa Bliss came out. She didn't say anything. She just said, "I don't think we've met." And then Charlotte Flair came out. Tiffany Stratton called Charlotte Flair a hypocrite, rightfully so. She's like, weren't you just saying how it's the easy way to cash in Money in the Bank? So why are you trying to qualify? Even Charlotte Flair was like, you got me. And
Charlotte looked pretty rough, didn't she? Or is it just me?
not more than usual.
I thought she looked extra rough.
Oh, yeah.
Like she just walked out of the motel and got to the arena.
Oh, well, don't let her hear that. She'll go back and get another upgrade. She'll be on Charlotte Flair 7.
Fair.
Oh, and yeah, she called both Alexa Bliss and Jade. I'm sorry, Charlotte Flair. She called them both vintage, which is,
They're old.
obviously she did that. Yeah, obviously they're bringing in the real life thing for that. As the video we talked about last week, where the fan called Alexa Bliss old, so they had to play that on TV or play that up on TV.
Well, after that,
We
Julia.
did.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, I was going to say, we then go into the triple threat qualifier. Before Julia, she came out. By the way, great presence on her entrance. She's getting no reaction. No, I'm sure that'll come in time, but just the presence of her feels like a big deal. She did a stare down with Tiffany Stratton before getting in the ring. And then your third competitor was Zelina Vega, by the way, U.S. champion Zelina Vega. And yes, Julia won. There was a spot during the match where Julia does so Julia has this move. She's done it a couple weeks, and it's not getting a reaction. And I just think it's funny. Like, maybe it'll start getting a reaction, and it'll be good to see it grow. But she does this spot where she puts her feet on each side of a person's head, and then twists her body to like do a neck break.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it didn't get a reaction at all. And Charlotte Flair sold it not good at all.
Well, yeah, it's a wrestling move. Why would she sell that?
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see it finally get connection with the crowd.
I
But
believe
she's done
Gunther
it.
did that.
Yeah, he's done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's done it a couple weeks and no reaction at all.
I might have to
Like
watch
not even a oh, just like absolutely nothing.
Well, it's not. Maybe it's because she's not like a 200-pound. Like if Nia Jax did it, I think it would be more. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely would.
Or Jade. Somebody big, I guess is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. DIY had a promo after that. They're still fucking feuding with the Motor City Machine Guns, so I don't care.
Yeah, they're trying.
And then we had some girls bullshit. I really want to shove that kendo stick up Mia Yim's ass.
Oh, was this the backstage segment or
Yeah. And this bitch
where they
comes
talked about?
in, she has a fucking kendo stick, and she's just hitting everybody with it. I just want to break it in half and stab her in the eye with it.
That's fair. I didn't watch the segment.
Like
I
she
saw
thinks
the
she's
tail
fucking
end of it.
Sandman.
Oh, because she's hardcore, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Me is really get up and do something else. me mode for me right now. Like her matches, her speaking segments, anything. It's just like, oh, time to not pay attention to the TV.
Yeah. Well, then Ciampa beat a machine gun. The purple bitch helped.
Yeah, I guess she's joined the group.
Did Nia Jax cast her aside? Did they give a proper closure to that, or are they just not friends anymore?
Neither. They just stopped doing that. I believe she got injured, and then yeah, now she's back with uh, her husband and Champa. So I don't think
Okay.
they've addressed it yet. Maybe they will, but they haven't yet.
Well, after that, Fraxium said some shit. I didn't pay attention. I'm sure they're going to win their match, is what they said.
Yep.
And then Damian Priest. So they did this thing where Damian Priest was going to come out and speak his mind. And of course, Drew McIntyre immediately attacks him. So there's another brawl. They're pulled apart.
Of course.
It was just, I don't know. It was just very dumb. Just logistically speaking. Like if they're to the point where they're just beating the shit out of each other no matter what, you know goddamn well there's going to be another fight. So why would you set up a special little segment?
I don't know.
So let's see. We got Solo and the others backstage. Solo's getting Cobb and Fatu hyped for their tag match. Fatu wants to talk about to Solo privately. Solo says, "Well, anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of my boy JC." You got grown men saying JC. And Fatu says he doesn't trust or like Cobb. He doesn't need their help at Backlash. And then Solo says, "Good. Use that energy for your match." And Solo wants to work as a team. Fatu ain't having it for some reason.
Because he said he doesn't trust Cobb.
Why doesn't he trust Solo? Have they explained their beef yet?
Who? Fatu and Solo?
Yeah. They just all of a sudden just start hating each other. Like, what is Fatu's issue with Solo?
I don't think he has an issue with him. I mean, he said he doesn't like what Solo's doing right now. Like he sees Solo's tricks already, but that's about it.
Okay.
I guess the big problem is Solo didn't tell him he was bringing in Cobb. But even before that, because he told Solo he was gonna win with him or without him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Fatu just all of a sudden got bitch face with Solo, but there's not like Solo didn't do anything. Like, is it because Solo loses all the time? Is that why Fatu is starting to like? Because he went from "I love you, Solo" to just bitch face. There's no explanation as to.
Oh no, it's because Solo lost the Ulafala and then he disappeared. Remember that whole
Okay.
time frame where
Okay.
Fatu was running the group?
Yeah, you're right. And then he just came back. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's that's where it's been stemming from. It's never gained his trust back, I guess.
That's fair. Well, then, yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just weird because Solo seems to be he seems to want to be all team and like, yeah, I fucked up, but come on, we can still work together. And we can only do this together. And then Fatu's like, no.
Yeah, it's just that he's so butthurt that Solo left,
Okay.
but I don't know why he hasn't come around yet.
Well, then
Oh,
there's
they did also uh, just one other thing. They did all Solo also mentioned bringing Big Jim back to the group. It should be pointed out there.
Uso.
Yeah, he said Roman abandoned him, but I didn't. I was here the whole time. So he's blood. We can bring him back in.
I did think it was interesting that they didn't make any. This is like the third time Jimmy's faced Solo in some fashion, and they have not made one big deal about it at all.
Yeah, I mean they've acknowledged that they're brothers,
Yeah, but like
and
no
Solo's like
bloodline
Big Brother
ties,
Jim.
no tribal chief shit.
Yeah, yeah. It has been like, oh, they're brothers. By the way,
After that, there's a girls' match. I forget who. Oh, it's
this
Chelsea Green and some shit. What was that shit?
the Secret Harvest versus BFAB and Michin. And as I stated before, if there's a Michin match, I'm not watching. So
Fair enough. We're in agreement there. Street Profits had a promo. They didn't say anything. They're going to win their match too. And then Solo had a little stare down with them. Cool.
yep, planting a seed for a future tag team title thing, which would be kind of funny that Fatu would be back in the title picture, a tag team title picture, because we've already done this. They
Right,
won the
and he had to give
titles,
up
and
his he had to give up the belt to Tonga Loa.
yeah,
Remember that great title run that they had? The Tongas?
yeah, all timer.
Then we had the evil Mexicans in a villa. And I really don't give a shit about the evil Mexicans. And they pimped the AA pay-per-view or AAA pay-per-view. And I kind of want to see the Psycho Clown guy.
Well, you're gonna get your wish because they set up a match and he's gonna be in the match.
And Gable's facing that Viking guy.
Vikingo.
Yeah, the guy with no shirt.
Yeah, should be an interesting little event, and
Which
it's gonna be on YouTube.
I do think it's funny that he could wear a shirt in the arena, but he couldn't wear a shirt to the little press signing announcement thing that they had.
He was in his wrestling gear. I don't remember.
We talked about it. Like, oh, that's the guy without the shirt on. He was the only guy in the fucking video without a shirt on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that match should, that should be a banger. Chad Gable versus Vikingo.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in this pay-per-view now.
Good. Because you're gonna cover it. I'll probably still watch it. I'm doing all this in jest, of course, especially because it's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I believe they should do more of, just as a wrestling company as a whole, they should just do more of YouTube. Like, it's there. Like, Ring of Honor should be a weekly YouTube show. NWA, they used to be a YouTube show. I think they still do it, but I mean, maybe they still do. I don't know. TNA, well, they're on Access TV, so. But I just think more of these companies should be utilizing YouTube more for wrestling related content. It's free content. Everybody's on YouTube.
They release a lot of classic matches.
Yeah, that too. I mean, you still got to do the pay-per-view stuff, but
you got 6 hours of Raw and SmackDown. You got NXT, and you got the Evolve shit. You got the 2B shit. Like, how much modern shit can you watch?
I mean, I wouldn't watch it. I'm just saying they should. Maybe if Ring of Honor was no, I wouldn't watch it. But I'm just saying it would be smart to do. I mean, I can't watch it all, obviously, but it would be smart to do.
I don't know. I like that they release the classic matches. It's really all I would want personally from their YouTube.
Well, yeah, they got the WCW Vault. There's the NXT Vault, which is like all the. This is all on YouTube. I think they started a new one too. Maybe, yeah, they were supposed to start a new one, or they did start a new one. I don't know what it's for. Maybe just classic WWE matches. There's the. So yeah, WCW live right now, which it's always live. It's never not live. 444 people watching on Saturday. Sunday. Sunday morning in the AM. That's where all our viewers are. They're watching WCW. We're going head to head against WCW. Who would have thought in 2025 that would be said?
I think we had 7 at one point.
Yeah, we were up there.
I mentioned Mia Yim, and they all left.
Even on YouTube, she's a rating suck.
Ray Phoenix and Jey Uso said some shit. Jimmy had to turn Mexican in order to communicate with Ray Phoenix because he's just, of course, a stereotype.
Fair enough. hyping themselves up for the match. Yeah.
And then Solo helped Cobb and Fatu beat Jimmy Uso and Ray Phoenix. Fatu and Cobb didn't want to work together as a team. Then they worked really well as a team. Two big badasses needed help to beat Jimmy Uso and Ray Phoenix. Fatu sent someone over the announce desk for once. So that was nice.
That was
And
kind
I
of neat
think,
because I said, that's how it feels.
right? And I think Fatu and Cobb went back to hating each other after the match. It's hard to tell.
Yes, they did. Well, they just kept, like, the whole time they were doing the whole stare down thing.
Then LA Knight said some shit. Just said how awesome he is and that he's going to win the Money in the Bank match. And then we had R-Truth. And I just couldn't.
The gist of it was he's going to beat some sense into John Cena this Saturday. And then he ended by saying, if Cena wins, we riot.
Okay. There was a part of me that wanted to watch it because I'm like, well, maybe this is going to be one of the great R-Truth promos. And yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. He's a joke.
I mean, he tried. He was serious for the most part. Like, he didn't come out rapping like he usually does. The crowd chanted him, so there was that. But yeah, it was a much more serious approach. Because he still a joke.
Naomi, Jade, and Nia Jax are in a qualifier match next week. And it was actually not a bad hype video at all.
Yeah, I like how they did the whole splice together thing.
Yeah. And I like the little the scary faces that Naomi was making, especially when she had the razor blades in her hair.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to stick my penis in that. Sounds like
The
a good
razor blade?
idea. Of course. that makes it more enticing. LA Knight won the Money in the Bank qualifier match. He stole a pin from Aleister Black. Nakamura was there, of course, to eat the pin.
Yeah. Good for
And
him.
Then we had Miz and Hayes backstage. They bickered. Miz gave Hayes his Money in the Bank qualifier match. And the only price Hayes has to pay is he has to do everything Miz says. So that won't lead to strife later, I'm sure.
Of course.
And then there was a long-ass Logan Paul, Jey Uso hype video. Sadly, 3 hours of everyone sucking Uso's dick on Monday was just not enough. They needed an extra time on Friday there. Then we had a Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Jeff Cobb backstage again. All this tells Fatu he's in the last qualifier match. And Fatu looks at Cobb, then he says, I love you, Solo. And personally, I hope Fatu doesn't win. I want them to actually save that match. I don't want Cobb and Fatu to meet in the fucking Money in the Bank ladder match.
No, Cobb's not in it.
I thought he won. Solo won. Oh, shit. Okay.
So maybe that's where they're teasing that part of it. That Solo and and Fatu are going to face off in this Money in the Bank match. But probably something's going to happen where it's not going to happen. Fatu's
We'll
going
see.
to get screwed in some way. I don't know.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't put him in unless he's going to win it, I think. And I'm kind of leaning LA Knight for the win.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know why. They don't. They seem to give him something and just knock him back down again.
Well, this will be his moment, his breakout moment, when Money in the Bank. And then I was like, well, okay, so he wins, but who does he cash in on? It doesn't. He's not cashing in on Cena,
No.
so it'd be Jey Uso, which doesn't make sense either, since they're both babyface.
I mean, he can cash in on Cena and then like fail.
That would not go over good.
No.
No, people are already talking about how they underuse him. This being LA Knight, and then he fails a cash in. That wouldn't go over good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even. So it's Solo and LA Knight. Who else is in it?
Don't
Okay.
know. Let's see if I can find out real quick here.
Chat. Who's in the Money in the Bank match?
Yeah, chat, do you know? Plot Twist Jones, probably still not here. Or he's probably long gone. I think they're behind on the men's right now. Because I think they kind of just started.
Okay.
Like they started the women last week, but I think it just started for the men this week.
Gotcha. So we
But
still
we
need
got
to
it.
we still need to see who's in it. Isn't Rollins in it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think LA Knight and Solo are the only ones in it right now.
Well, finally we had Street Profits versus Fraxium. Ended in a no contest because the Wyatt Sucks are back. And they did a lot of posing.
Yes, they did. Did you see the reaction they got?
No, I
massive
don't
pop.
give two fucks what the clapping lobotomized seals in the audience think of the Wyatt Sucks.
Well, they got a massive pop, especially when Uncle Howdy hit the Sister Abigail. Massive pop. And I actually sat up and paid attention. As at this point in SmackDown, I was holding on for dear life.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the lights went out, and I was like, and then the lights went out, and I heard the. I was like, they're actually back, which is also funny because that same earlier in the day I saw a little article, or from the dirt sheets that there's no timetable of when the Wyatts are going to be back on TV. Like that broke that day, and then yeah, by the evening, and then and that created all the they were so wasted. Triple H fumbled, and then they're back on TV that by SmackDown. So maybe that was just a smokescreen. Hey, go tell Dirt Sheets that that the Wyatts are never coming back or something.
Okay, they're back, but what are they going to do?
Doesn't matter. It's Bray Wyatt. I can do that again. You think I forgot?
Well, that was SmackDown. Unfortunately, the Sucks are back.
Yeah, and there was other people like saying that kind of same thing. It's like, I mean, they're back, but what good does that do? Or they sucked before they left. Why are people excited that they're back?
Right.
And then you have people who's like, it's bigger than wrestling.
Okay.
So they still have it's because it's a Bray Wyatt thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, yeah. That's the only reason, seemingly, that's the only reason people are so behind it, is because it's like, it just, I don't know. I don't know the word, but it's a Bray Wyatt tribute band. So so they get away with everything.
All right. Well, look forward to not being interested in the weeks to come. But that was SmackDown.
Yeah.
Moving on. We have Saturday night's main event, Tampa, Florida. And Joe Testicles and Jesse the Body Ventura open. They talk about the cage match. And Jesse was very, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Astonished, maybe, that there was a cage match on TV. Because 30 years ago, the network wouldn't have allowed that. And he said that about 100 times.
He's trying to, I mean, good for him. He's trying to play up about how violent a cage match, which is funny because I think I remember seeing a cage match on TV back in the day, like that blue steel. I want to say that was WrestleMania, but I remember King Kong Bundy in a cage match on TV.
Couldn't tell you. Ventura did say that you can walk into a cage match looking very pretty, but then you can come out looking pretty damn ugly. And then they talk about badass Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. And then they kick it to the two lesser commentators. Like, you open with Jesse the Body Ventura, and then you kick it to fucking dumbfuck Cole and the punter. Talk about a downgrade.
Fair enough.
Then we opened with Rollins and Breakker versus Punk and Zayn. Breakker ended up pinning Zayn with a spear. Heyman interfered. He prevented Sami Zayn from doing a hell of a kick. And Big Bronson Reed is back. And I guess he's with Rollins' new group. So
Yep, the third man.
Yeah, so the dream tag team of Fatu and Bronson Reed is dead. But they did give him something to do. And I did like the little bad guy handshake that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed did.
It was very stiff, unlike Penta's handshake, too.
Oh, yeah. They shook hands like men.
Yeah.
The match itself was very meh. There's anything to write home about?
Yeah. There's a lot of damn commercials.
That too.
Like they went to commercial. It was entrances. Something happened. Go to commercial. They come back. Go back to commercial. It's like, golly. So it just felt like, for me, I could never really get into it because it was just like commercial after commercial.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like they had a match. And I know like it's Saturday night's main event and expectation should be catered somewhat, but they've made a big deal about it. I didn't make a big deal about it. They did. And the final product wasn't that great.
It could have definitely been more, yeah.
Well, then we had a girl interview. I don't remember.
Oh, this was Chelsea Green talking about how she's going to win her title back. U.S. title, that is.
Well, then Vega and Green wrestled for the millionth time. Because apparently that's all Vega can wrestle.
There's not really much to say about this match. Actually, it's probably best to not say anything because it would all be negative.
Gotcha. I do know that What's Her Face cried after the match, like she won the belt the first time. It's like you got to cry after every win. Is it that surprising that you won a match? Champion.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do want to say though, you had people complaining that this match was only 5 minutes. You know, because it was a women's match. Oh, they only gave the woman 5 minutes. Well, the 5 minutes they were out there weren't good. Like, it just wasn't good. So, I don't know. And also, the crowd couldn't care less about Zelina Vega. She still has the SmackDown entrance music. So here I go. Now I'm getting negative. Like, there was zero reaction to her.
She's not very interesting, no.
She needs to go back to being a ballet. Let's just put it out there.
Isn't she Aleister Black's lady?
Yes.
Well, maybe they can do something.
Yeah. Vince would have never done that because, you know, can't be having mixed. Yeah. He's white. You can't be with. Even though he did it with Lana.
Mixed races. Disgusting.
Yeah. Even though he did it with Lana and Lashley, but now we know that that is just playing out some weird fantasy for him.
Well, Rusev and Lana too.
Well, I mean, he's white though, well, as in like light skinned.
Okay.
So it's, and then she was doing that Russian accent, so they were the same. But
Rusev, do a 20-minute promo about how you got blacked.
hey, you got cut.
Vince is just watching the promo, just rubbing his dick through his fucking pants under the table. Like, yeah, that's good shit.
Lashley, get out there. Do something to her. What do you want me to do, Vince? I don't care. Just something. And cameraman, you better get ready to zoom in.
Zoom in hard. Well, after that, we had John Cena versus R-Truth. Cena came out and he was wearing retro Buccaneer colors, which I appreciated. R-Truth came out to Cena's theme. And then Cena kicked Truth's ass. Truth wrestled like Cena. Cena was going to nail Truth with the title belt, but Truth made a sad face and it looked like Cena had a change of heart. So he goes to hand the belt back to the referee, and the ref goes to take the title back to wherever the fucking it goes. And as the ref was distracted, Cena kicks R-Truth in the balls, hits him with an F5 or FU 1, 2, 3. That's how Gunther and the punter should have been. Because after the match, Cena didn't fucking tip his hat to R-Truth. R-Truth didn't get up and stare down Cena
And shake hands.
and shake hands and fucking hug his boyfriend.
Nope. And I believe, didn't he hit him with the title anyway afterwards?
Oh
too?
yeah, he hit him with the title after the match. That's an extra fuck you.
Yeah. So yeah, they teased that he was having a change of heart, and I
Crowd
guess he
even
turned
popped for it.
heel
They're
again.
like, yeah, good job, Cena. And he kicked him in the balls and hit the FU.
Yeah.
Which is great.
By the way,
And
this
then, yeah.
match also was as long as the women's match. So
Well, it shouldn't have been long. This is exactly how it should have been. R-Truth, he had this little comeback where he did Cena shit, but
yeah, I mean, during the match, I was like, yeah, this is pretty one-sided. This is how this is how it's supposed to be.
man, I thought it was going to be some fucking competitive shit.
No, that's pretty one-sided.
But yeah, exactly how it should have been. And then after that, we have John Cena and Jey Uso backstage, which they probably should have done this before the match because Cena's clearly didn't wrestle yet. And he says it'll be something when he takes his title home and the other belt is held by a YouTuber. That'll ruin wrestling. Mwahaha.
Yep.
And then we had Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, steel cage match. And I got to be honest, I was kind of disappointed in this. There's nothing different from their other matches. McIntyre hit Priest with his out of heaven. Priest kicked out after a superplex from the top rope. So he got superplexed from the top of the cage and then hit with a claymore, kicked out of that. McIntyre went for a claymore against the chair like he did at Backlash, and he missed. And then Priest just had a concerto and left the cage after a long ass time. I thought he was going to go back into the cage and lose. Because like he stopped and he did that. He looked at McIntyre. But no, he just, it was kind of like that Booker T loss where Triple H waits, cook his breakfast before pinning Booker T.
Oh yeah, the slow crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I also thought like he was gonna go back. I didn't think McIntyre. Well, I thought there was a chance that McIntyre was still gonna win, but I didn't think it was gonna end there. I thought it was. Yeah, he was gonna. He did the one concerto, and I thought he was gonna go back and like do it multiple times, like emphatic win.
That would have been something.
Yeah, just like time and time again, and then he walks out.
This is very abrupt.
He did. Yeah, I was saying. Remember, he did say, one of us is not walking out. So I thought he was gonna, ensure that happened.
Well, they did try to stretcher out McIntyre, but he was not having any of that. So mission was not accomplished there.
Yep.
So does that mean that they're going to still feud? Is this
That
going
was
to go
my question.
We're going to go into Money in the Bank?
Yeah, that was my question. It's like, so is it actually over, or it's just the next, part of the story? I do like though how Jesse was playing up that he just he walked out of the cage.
Yeah.
Like,
Basically.
that's the stupidest way to win a match I've ever. Like, what do you mean he walked out of the cage and the match is over?
Yeah.
Like, at least go over the top or something. Like,
Yeah.
you just walk out. He was
Worst
like,
way
what,
to
are you
win
gonna
a
have your
match.
limo driver pick you up too?
That's a good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not having that walkout. And then, yeah, and he was even saying, Priest took the coward's way out and walked out of the. Like, you're not going to be happy. You can't be happy with that win.
Well, then after that, Jey Uso beat Logan Paul. Cena came out to fuck Jay. And then Cody returned to fuck the bad guys. And then Cody said after the match that Cena and Logan Paul will face him and Jey Uso at Money in the Bank. So does that mean Jey Uso has 2 matches at Money in the Bank? Because I believe Gunther already called that.
No. See? And that's what I was telling Plot Twist Jones, if you're still here.
No.
Jey Uso and Gunther are on the Monday after Money in the Bank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're on. That match is set for
That's
the Monday.
right. You did. Okay.
So, yeah. So it's not Jey Uso will not be double main eventing or double wrestling. And I don't know. It all seemed kind of rushed at the end there.
Dude, it all seems rushed.
Well, even that was particularly rushed. So you got the Cena run in, and then Cody comes in. This is all within all this happened in I don't know, felt like 2-3 minutes. Cody comes in. He costs Logan Paul the match. And then he gets the mic and just says, "You got to, we got to, we'll see you at Money in the Bank." Like, what? I thought he was going to say, "I'll see you," like, I will see you at Money in the Bank, like one-on-one. But no, he threw in Jey Uso, who's, which also basic, by the way, Jey Uso's the Raw superstar, so's Logan Paul. Cena and Cody are SmackDown superstars. I guess we're supposed to overlook that little part of it.
Of course.
Like, remember the brand split?
Oh, then they're even talking about the draft now too.
Oh, did they? They mentioned it?
Well, not on TV, but like,
Oh.
they're starting to write about it and shit.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. The draft is upon us. Oh, speaking of draft, I guess not speaking of draft, but they did also mention that the women's Evolution pay-per-view will be in July. So there's that. Like, actually acknowledged on TV that it's happening. Finally, as in, I'm tired of hearing people talk about it's going to get announced. So that finally. Not that I'm excited for the pay-per-view. I will watch it, but I'm not excited for it. I take that back. Let's see the matches that are put on the card. You can get me around. But, this wasn't a good advertisement for women's wrestling having Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green out there.
Well,
Like,
she'll
that
be
wasn't
on.
like, oh man, I'm just thirsty for more women's wrestling after that match. No.
Well, that was Saturday night's main event.
It's pretty good. Just kidding. It wasn't.
Yeah. It was very uneventful, just like anything else. It's just very, it's there.
It's just very commercial heavy.
That too.
But it is. I don't know if it was commercial. I don't know. The commercials really took me out because, like, it seemed like, and I get it. They have commercials during the regular shows, and you can tell when they're about to come because there's like some kind of high spot, and it's like, oh, we're about to go to commercial, and you know not to get into the match until after the commercial. Like, don't pay attention. They're just gonna do their entrances, and then they're quickly gonna go to some kind of thing. So, like, there's gonna be a high spot. Someone's gonna get knocked over the announce table, or
We'll be right back.
yeah,
For
some
more
kind
on.
of dive, like the Ray Phoenix little twisting chalupa. Wow, that didn't sound good. Torpedo. I'll go with that instead.
Well, I have the advantage of the commercials don't really affect me.
Oh, because you watch it after. Did you watch it after, or
Yeah, I watched it after. I don't even watch it on the thing. I use Tingwa.
well, I know that, but I was just saying. I mean, my site that I use, they do a live stream, which is usually not as good. But they have it live, and then you can break it down into parts afterward, or they break it down into parts afterwards, or you can watch the full one.
Yeah, I usually wait until there's at least one or two parts because I do a lot of skipping and fast forwarding and stuff. I
Yeah.
watch it on double speed to begin with.
Oh,
In fact, it's really weird when I watch something normal. Like, why are they so slow? They suck.
I used to be a double speed person, but I don't do that anymore. Because yeah, once you go double speed, then everything sounds so damn slow when it's not.
Yeah. Everything just looks horrible. Like,
Yeah.
Rollins did something awesome, and he just looks slow and clumsy because he did it like normally.
Yeah.
But that was Saturday night's main event. Triple H era continues to underwhelm.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that as
All
we
right.
get into it, but give me a second here.
I need a second as well.
Good. I'll be right back.
All right.
Play the song.
All right.
We're gonna take a little commercial break. Speaking of commercials, and we'll be right back.
My leather black jeans on, my by any means on. Partin', I'm getting my scream on. Enter the kingdom, but watch it you bring home. You see a black man with a white woman at the top floor, they gon' come to kill King Kong. Middle America packed in, came to see me in my black skin. Number one question they asking, fuck every question you asking. If I don't get ran at by Catholics, it comes to conservative Baptists, claiming I'm overreacting like the black kids in Chirac, bitch. 4 in the morning, and I'm zoning, they say I'm possessed. It's the omen, I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300 bitches. We're the Trojans, baby, we living in the moment. I've been a menace for the longest, but I ain't finished. I'm devoted, and you know it, and you know it. So follow me up, cause this shit about to go. I'm doing 500, I'm out of control. But there's nowhere to go, and there's no way to slow. If I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your ass. 4 in the morning, and I'm zoning, they say I'm possessed. It's an omen, I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300 bitches. We're the Trojans, baby, we living in the moment. I've been a menace for the longest, but I ain't finished. I'm devoted, and you know it, and you know it. Stop all that coon shit, early morning cartoon shit. This is that goon shit, fuck up your whole afternoon shit. I'm aware I'm a wolf, soon as the moon hit. I'm aware I'm a king. Back out the tomb, bitch. Back out the room, bitch. Stop all that coon shit. These niggas ain't doing shit. Them niggas ain't doing shit. Come on, homie, what happened? You niggas ain't breathing, you gasping. These niggas ain't ready for action. Ready for action. 4 in the morning, and I'm zoning, I think I'm possessed. It's an omen, I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300 bitches. We're the Trojans, baby, we living in the moment. I've been a menace for the longest, but I ain't finished. I'm devoted, and you know it, and you know it. So follow me up, cause this shit about to go. I'm doing 500, I'm out of control. But there's nowhere to go, and there's no way to slow. If I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your ass. God. God. God.
There we go. Nope, not back yet. That's all right. That's all right. You're muted. Technical difficulties, folks.
Am I still muted?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know what that was. All right. Back on track. We are. And on that note, as early as it is, it's time to get into some stories. Because we're just flying through this show as we usually have more. We usually have more to talk about, but apparently not today. Well, that's good, though. So we're going to start out let's start with TNA. TNI. Remember that third company that's in the U.S., TNA? Well, apparently I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but apparently they're just banning everything good with wrestling. So the first story I've seen was that TNA was banning blood, just the use of blood. I guess I don't know if there's going to be just like instances where they'll use blood, like it'll be a case by case scenario. But that was the first thing. Like they're just banning blood, or
No
maybe
big
they're
deal.
just do what?
No big deal. That's what WWE did.
Yes, and I'll be honest, I don't watch enough TNA to know like if this is a big thing. Now, not a part of this particular story, but I saw that AEW was also talking about banning blood. Now, it's a
What's
big deal
John
for them
Moxley gonna
because,
do?
yeah, it's a big deal for them because, yeah, people are bleeding every other match there. But yeah, we're getting banned blood, so that was the first thing, and then they came back, and this story broke uh, later that there's going to be some more bannings. So we go to wrestling news here, as that's where I saw the story. And it says TNA is introducing further adjustments to its on screen presentation. The new guidelines reportedly issued to talent regarding specific in ring actions. This was reported by Fightful, yada, yada, yada. So, according to Fightful, TNA's talent relations department's cuts circulated a memo outlining the new changes. The new changes will be that there will be no more throat slashing, as in, you know how a lot of people before their finisher they'll do like a throat slash.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit before he did the diving elbow, he did the throat slash. Brian Cage, who's no longer in TNA, throat slash. I don't know anybody right now who does a throat slash, but throat slash, bam, unnecessary too.
Subject to
Along,
$100 fine.
yes. So if you do the throat slash, by the way, that's not even. I don't know how much they make, but that doesn't seem like a doesn't seem a big deal. The report indicates that any talent performing that gesture, the throat slash, will be subject to a $100 fine.
Well, it's
Like
not a
that
big
seems
deal for Cena, but for some guy just trying to make it onto the roster in TNA, I'm sure $100 is quite a bit of money.
yeah. I guess that's perspective. Man, can you imagine? Like, yeah, it's equivalent to like $100,000 fine in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That $100. Like, what? I mean, I'm not gonna get that fine. I won't be able to eat for a week if I get that. We're surviving on ramen noodles if I get a $100 fine. That's why you gotta love the game. But on top of that, throat slashing that's been banned. The memo also stated that there will be no more slaps. So what is the women division going to do? Now, both of these, they do say in the article that both of these are subject to approval, or I'm sorry, they can be approved. So you can get manager approval to do a slap or a throat slash. Probably blood too. Let's just throw that in there. But yeah, that's just some of the bans that are going on in TNA. These new rules come shortly after TNA management addressed the use of its blood. As already mentioned, the company had requested that talent reduce the frequency of bleeding in matches, as there was a feeling that it had become somewhat overused. AEW.
Yeah, I would think that the bleeding thing would be a way to distinct themselves from AEW, because AEW is known for blood, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, that I was okay with. Yeah, you don't have blood every match or something, but then it makes it like WWE. Uh, when someone bleeds, it's much more impactful because we're not used to seeing it. Like McIntyre and CM Punk when they were in the Hell in a Cell, and then we saw McIntyre wearing the crimson mask. Like that, that was much more impactful.
Yeah, but when everybody
Uh,
bleeds like every match,
yeah, it's just like
like we're about to watch ECW.
yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of blood there. By the way, side note, did you see? I saw a story that Sandman is like beefing with Kurt Angle.
Why?
I don't know. Sandman said something about. I guess he was doing an interview and he said something about how Kurt Angle was. He walked out or threatened to walk out because of some angle that they were doing
Mm-hmm.
in ECW, and he called him a pussy. And then Kurt Angle was like, "You." It's like, "Come find me, bitch, pussy." So yeah, he only wants to fight him in real life, which, at their ages, I don't know who. I mean, Sandman must be. It's got to be much older than Kurt Angle. So, and Kurt Angle's still an Olympian, so I don't think it would go well for Sandman.
I don't know. I saw Kurt Angle's last match. He did not look well. When he wrestled Corbin, it's very slow.
I'm talking about in a real life event.
I'm sure he'd be slow there too. He's had like 100 neck surgeries.
Yeah, but he's still an Olympian. You don't just
Okay.
lose that. This guy won a gold medal for wrestling.
Do you know how much beer Sandman has drunk?
A lot.
There you go. You can take Angle. He'd take him in his prime.
I don't know. He does seem like one of them people who just like won't knock out.
Yeah.
Like you're just pounding him
You
and
get
pounding
tired.
him, and yeah. I got you right where I want you. Just beat me until you get tired, and then I got you. Like the guy in the Jason movie who was fighting him on the rooftop, and he was punching him until he got tired, and then Jason knocked his head off.
Yep.
But yeah, on a side note. So yeah, it says Kurt Angle, if Sandman has a problem with me, then do something about it, you pussy. That's what he said back to Sandman. And Sandman's initial thing was Kurt Angle is a pussy because he walked out of the ECW arena after the promotion did a crucifix angle.
Yeah, it was with Raven.
So, yeah, there's their beef.
I hope they set up a fight. I hope we see them brawl in a parking lot. Like in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, it would be kind of funny, though.
Yeah. These old fucks just meeting somewhere, making arrangements. All right, we'll meet halfway. We'll meet at the Speedway.
Or else, like, yeah, Oh, I'm gonna be at this meet and greet on roll up on me there. Oh, I have a signing on July 7th. Why don't you show up then
Bitch.
at 7 o'clock? Yeah, it would be all funny. But back to TNA, I don't think the blood thing would be that big of a deal. Maybe I was more taken aback with the throat slash and the slap part of it. Like,
I don't know why everybody gets their panties in a bunch over the throat slash. The Undertaker
yeah,
did
I
it for
mean,
fucking 20 years.
yeah, what would the Undertaker be without his throat slash? What would Kane be without a throat slash? What would those are two more prominent ones.
I don't know. I think that's silly.
But it
Like
just
there's no. I can't think of any reason why you would want to ban it, especially in the context of wrestling.
yeah, and it's not like they're I don't know. It's not like they just do it to to signify that their move is coming up, their finisher.
Yeah, or I'm gonna. You're done.
Well, see, I haven't seen. Again, I don't watch TNA weekly or ever. So, but I don't see anybody like throat slashing just out there like The Rock throat slashing John Cena.
Maybe they just do it all the time.
I guess. So maybe it doesn't change the product at all. Maybe they don't use it enough. But yeah, we shall see. Oh no, I don't think it's that big of a. I think it'll be, especially when they say you just have to get it approved. Um, I don't think it's going to be that big of a change on TV, but it's just funny that they are changing it. But of course, let us know in the comments. Do you think it's a big deal or not? Let us know. Sound off below. I'll figure out something to say on that. Our next thing, we can go. Speaking of TNA, let's talk about let's do a perfect segue into a former TNA talent, the former TNA World Champion Josh Alexander. So AEW, they have Double or Nothing coming up tomorrow, today, Sunday, depending. Well, you guys won't see this video until. Forget that. Cut that out. Cut it all. I hate dating myself in a video. Like, oh yeah, you're not gonna see this until Saturday, but like, well, they wouldn't have known if you didn't say anything. Anyway, AEW is upon Double or Nothing. And as they usually do, they start doing rounds during the press conference. And we have Josh Alexander. He was on the Shaq, that's a SHAK wrestling podcast. As I don't know, seems like they're kind of in bed with AEW. They're always interviewing AEW. But he was promoting the show, of course. And during it, he was asked about his, as you know, he was a recent free agent. He was asked, why do you go with AEW over WWE? But it was the response that got everybody riled up, if you will.
Sitting on the couch, should have gone here. Great choice with AEW. To the degree that you're willing to share, what were some of the factors that made the AEW offer more alluring than whatever WWE might have had on the table?
I mean, I read all the criticism and all the speculation on why I made my choice and stuff, but from the second I met Tony Khan during the COVID era in TNA, like he was coming to shows because there was a working relationship there, and that's when I first met him. And I got this impression that when you as a boss, he's somebody that actually cares for his employees. You're not just a number. You're not just an asset to the company. He actually cares about you. And that's something that means a great deal to me. In working for Scott D'Amore in TNA, I developed a relationship with him, and there's a lot of trust that goes into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wasn't comfortable working somewhere where I'd just be an asset, something that you could just, toss away in an instant and stuff like that. I wanted somebody that's going to care about me and care about like the fact that I have a family that I'm feeding and that I do have such a passion for this. And I hope we share that passion and stuff like that. So it's that this locker room is full of people that I've known and worked with over the past 20 years and I've developed relationships with. And it's because, there's people like Edge, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega in this company that I have never wrestled, that I've dreamed of wrestling for decades. So that all made it very easy for me to make my decision.
This is I always like having this conversation with like anyone.
So, first of all, before we even get into the video, AirPods he's doing with this interview. So there's that.
Yeah. So you should feel ashamed of yourself.
I'm saying, what's he doing that I'm not doing?
I don't know. I see it all the time, and I hear about it. You make me not want to buy Apple products.
Well, to be fair, I think mine may be defective. So there's that. Like, they're supposed to, I don't know. That's what happens when you have had them for a while. Like, they're supposed to last 6 hours on a charge, but they don't. And other things. So maybe it's just that. Maybe I just need to buy new AirPods.
All right.
Anyway. Yeah, AirPods. But let's get to the interview part of what he said. So he said that Tony Khan cares about his employees, indicating that WWE doesn't. You're just not a number, an asset. Now, he did mention that he met Tony Khan back in 2020 during the thing. And I believe when he met Tony Khan, that was probably true. Like, that was true. I'll even go and say that. Like, Tony Khan definitely cared. I'm not saying he doesn't now, but he definitely cared about his wrestlers back then. Like, signing -1, Brody Lee's son to a lifelong contract. He wasn't ever going to cut anybody. He would let their contract expire, and then that was their, instead of like WWE doing budget cuts, he would keep them until their contract expires and then let them go. And there's a lot of other things that we heard of Tony Khan doing during that time frame that was good for the business. But you fast forward to today, I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if we can say the same thing. Like, just instances off the top of my head. Camille, she hasn't been on TV since she got kicked to the curb by Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. Like, hasn't been back since.
There's Ricky Starks, Aleister Black, Rusev. Cody left for a reason. CM Punk had issues.
The Lucha Brothers.
Did they have issues?
Yeah, you had Rey Fenix very publicly trying to get out of his contract.
Andrade.
So you do have instances, recent instances where I don't know if that's the same Tony Khan as he met back in 2020.
I also think, I don't know, it kind of seems like Tony has new toys. And then when he gets the new toys, he kind of discards the old ones.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He does. He probably does care a lot about his toys, like his new toys. Oh, by the way, although he does have a match coming up on Double or Nothing, Speedball Mike Bailey's already, he was just signed. He's pretty much already back, like a mainstay on Collision.
Is that bad?
Yes,
Okay.
for AEW, it's bad. Collision should be the B show, but it's not. It's not. So he's on Collision already. Josh Alexander, he's just eating losses after losses after losses. So his presentation hadn't been the best. Like he debuted and lost that match.
Oh, that's a good way to get somebody over.
Yeah. So yeah, well, like I said, while 2020 Tony Khan probably did care about his wrestlers, I'm not even gonna say yes, he did. Not even a question. Like when AEW first started, it was a very different Tony Khan. Like you could tell he really cared about the wrestling business and the employees. But I don't know if that's the same now. I just don't.
It doesn't seem, I mean, again, it seems like you're only, he only seems to care for as much use as he has for you.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you're useful to him, or you don't say something. Because remember, Camille, she hasn't been on TV since. Remember that that video, and I think we titled it something about like Camille just like ruined her career or something. Yeah, and all she said was like, "I think I could be used more" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't been on TV since since that. Uh,
Is she still signed?
she is still signed,
Huh.
and she's just wasting away. And then yeah, we have like CM Punk, Ray Phoenix, Ricky Starks, Penta to a lesser extent. Like he wasn't complaining about it, but you can tell he wanted out. These people publicly asking to get out of their contracts, like even and especially Ray Phoenix. He had that tweet talking about inhumane treatment, whatever that even meant,
Yeah.
because he never really elaborated on that. So I don't know. I think Tony Khan's changed on that, which is why I was like, you say that, but is it true? Because recently there's more instances than not of Tony Khan not caring about the talent, unless you're, yeah, on his good side, like Tony Storm or Mercedes Moné or Will Ospreay, who every chance he gets goes out and says something stupid about the WWE. He said another stupid thing.
Well, it's not even that. Like, he'll not just stop talking to you. You won't even have the good graces to say he's upset with you or, you did something wrong. He just ghosts you.
Yeah, you can't reach him, I forgot who said that, but someone said that. And oh yeah, there's the incident with Punk not even getting a ride to his All In show.
Yeah.
Like he had to get his own ride. So there's more instances, and maybe these are just the people who are speaking out on it. because the people who are there don't need to speak out on it. But I don't know. They're not good instances.
I don't know. You just never hear anything good about how he runs things, or you hear he's a nice guy, but that's about it.
Yeah. And maybe that's what he's getting at there. But I say all that to say, wait until he gets tired of you, or wait until the next. I mean, we got the pay-per-view coming up. I'm sure someone's debuting. Oh, uh, Cedric Alexander's probably debuting. Maybe, maybe not. So there you go. Now we're gonna see. We'll see if he keeps you. Let's see if you still have that same energy when you just get moved down so far that you're not even on TV. And people are asking, where are you? Wardlow, that's another one. And he may be hurt. I don't know. But he hasn't been on TV forever.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, hopefully it stays that way for him.
He'll show up in WWE. I believe he'll show up in WWE when his contract's up. But they already have the Batista, so I don't know. What's his ceiling to be a cosplay Batista?
He could be a cosplay Mason Ryan.
Yeah. Although they were way more jacked than him. Not saying he's a small guy by any means, but allegedly there was no. This was after the. I'm sure Batista was all natural because this was after that scandal, so he couldn't be doing that stuff.
Of course.
I'm sure Triple H also was all natural. When he came back from that leg injury, or I'm sorry, the quad injury, and he was like 3 times the size he used to be.
100%.
Or maybe it was just like, just don't get caught, or you're on your own.
I'm sure there's some of that too.
Yeah.
Although when you're, he had the advantage because he was pretty close to Vince, so maybe he didn't even get drug tested.
Well, from what they say, they get drug tested regularly. But
yeah, but from what they say, it's not necessarily everybody equally as random.
Yeah. So it's interesting there, but we definitely will see what happens with Josh Alexander. Let's review this in 6 months and see what happens. And then we move on to our last story of the evening. And we saved this for last because it is the biggest. So this story, this kind of played out during the week, but WrestleMania. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Do you remember when, before Backlash, the final boss, this being Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he came out. He said that he wanted Cody Rhodes' soul, and then he also mentioned that WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans for WrestleMania 42, and they put the graphic up, and they were in New Orleans that night, so they just said, "Hey, this is happening." By the way,
I do remember that. Yeah.
Apparently, that whole thing that whole appearance has fallen apart. So we go to CBS Sports, so it's legit. Like, there's no question about it. They're seeing and WWE's also said it. But WrestleMania 2 will no longer take place in New Orleans. WWE is moving its biggest annual pay-per-view to a different city and will instead be bringing Money in the Bank. You get Money in the Bank, New Orleans in 2026. Now, Triple H said this himself on, I saw it on Instagram, so I'm sure it made it through all the social medias, but he had a little graphic and said, hey, New Orleans, you get Money in the Bank next year. And let's see, where was it at? Okay, WrestleNomics' Brandon Thurston first reported this, citing the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation, the nonprofit organization, claimed WrestleMania would return to New Orleans in the future. So, on a later date, a new location has not yet been revealed, nor was a reason for the change. Now, there's since been updates to this, so without even digging for the updates, I can tell you why the change was, and it has to do with dollar bills.
New Orleans wasn't paying enough.
I think there was a higher bidder.
Oh.
Yeah, I think someone came in and said, "Hey, we'll pay you more for WrestleMania," and then WWE was like, "Hey, New Orleans, about that WrestleMania thing." Now they did promise, like I said, they did promise that there's going to be a later WrestleMania at New Orleans. I guess we can go ahead and say that right now the going rumor is that they are going back to Las Vegas.
Oh, God. Why?
Well, this also goes with the rumor that they are not. They just said they're going to be frequently having WrestleManias at Las Vegas, but they didn't say it was going to be every year. So, I don't know. I guess they're just trying to make like Las Vegas the de facto home for WrestleMania.
But why?
Well, I'm sure they got a lot of, number one, the ticket prices. I mean, you can charge those ticket prices anywhere. But, they did the WWE World, they did all the other shit, the roast, and I don't know. It was probably a good host city. I mean, Las Vegas is a good host city for events. But they probably liked it so much that there's like, let's just make this a permanent thing. There was also something floating around that they got some kind of tax break because they were in Las Vegas, like a $5 million tax break, which is no chump change.
Right.
So yeah, that's the idea, that they, not every year, but they're going to be frequently at Las Vegas. And then I'm sure they say not every year, but I'm sure like in the distant future, that's what they're going for. It's like every year they're going to be at Las Vegas. And it's just like because aren't most of the like major UFC events in Las Vegas?
I don't know. Sounds right.
Yeah, I
Because
mean
the
they do
gambling and
shows.
shit.
Yeah, they do shows elsewhere, but they're not like the major pay-per-views. And I think, yeah, the big fights, I think they're always in Vegas.
Or Saudi Arabia or some shit.
Yeah. Like, well, I'm saying, like, if you're getting Conor McGregor, you're probably in a Vegas venue. He's not going to Little Rock, Arkansas. But yeah, so that's the that's the news on the thing. Like I said, The Rock, he came out, he did the announcement in WrestleMania 42, and then that was going to be in Vegas, and then they said never mind on that.
What if The Rock just said it and WWE had to scramble to try to get New Orleans on board, and they said no, and now they got to backtrack?
I don't think that. Because they had the graphic ready and everything, so I think they. Yeah,
Well,
I
shit,
just really think.
they have WrestleMania recaps immediately after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean these are always planned out. Now this does lead to a lot of things though. So we watch on TV. I've already given up the fact that we'll ever take the show to WrestleMania. Like I don't think that's going to be happening, especially as the prices are going up and up. But
No
do you
shit.
think it? Yeah, you even think it's a big deal that they don't? If they do have like it every year in Vegas, do you think that's a big like? Are we missing anything? Especially being like TV viewers, is it a big deal that they won't be traveling to different venues?
I mean, I guess not. No, not really. Especially as you said, the ticket prices are they're gonna keep going up. So the quality of wrestling fan is gonna be completely different. They're not gonna be as passionate. They're just gonna be yuppies sitting in the front row, waiting to be introduced. Oh, well, so and so is in the stands.
Which brings me to the next thing. Yes, they're what it kind of seems like it's happening here, right in front of our eyes, is they're actively killing WrestleMania what it used to be. Like,
Oh, they already did.
well, I'm just saying, like Vince's WrestleMania. Uh, that the idea of that is just dying a fast death. And what they're trying to do is make it like a kind of similar to like a Super Bowl. Like, Super Bowl only like businesses, and you don't really have like, diehard fans working two jobs to pay for Super Bowl tickets going there. Like you have celebrities or people with businesses because they're rubbing elbows with the other businesses. It's very commercial, the Super Bowl. And I think that's kind of what they're going for with WWE. Like it's just becoming more and more of especially with WrestleMania. It's just going to be becoming more and more of a commercial event. Oh, look at the celebrities we got. Look at this D-list celebrity who only has a Netflix show, who also has this comedy special coming up on Netflix. What was that? So yeah, I think that's what they're going for. Clearly, with the whole like highlighting celebrities every segment on Raw, and also they spent that good amount of time with the Tyrese Halliburton interview because Tyrese Halliburton is like WWE. He's a big fan of WWE, so it's like, oh, we got our in. Let's keep pushing him as much as we can. Let's get him in the ring and face off with Jalen Bronson.
It would be cool if they did. Well, Vince would have to still be in charge because they actually put time and energy into creative. But if they were in the Sphere in Las Vegas, that'd be kind of cool.
Yes, That's that new thing, right?
Yeah. It's got like the LEDs and shit all over.
Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna figure out something for that. But yeah, I don't know. WrestleMania is quickly dying, and you talk about Vince. It's funny because people were so outraged that Vince kind of made a babyface turn. Like,
What do you mean?
people were clamoring for Vince to come back because, would you ever? They brought it up. Like, would Vince ever do something like this? No, he wouldn't, because WrestleMania was his pride and joy, his greatest creation, as he's never was. He was very quick to remind everybody that was his greatest creation, WrestleMania,
Yeah.
even more than his kids. Those were his words. He said multiple times on TV. In character or not, he still said it. And you almost wonder if it was like it. He probably did believe that. But yeah, I was watching someone talk about it, and they're like, Vince would never do something like this. But it just, on top of that, people were shining the light of like the lack of creativity for wrestling right now.
It's awful.
Like Vince, yes, there's no stories. There's this sports
Just stuff
feel that's
happens.
just being created.
Like I said, Rollins has that new group, and like we don't know their motivations aside from, well, they just want the title. And Rollins is
Yeah.
saying the same shit that he's been saying.
And they
If
haven't
Vince
done
were still
anything.
around, they'd have a name. They'd have they'd be badasses. They'd be running roughshod all over fucking Raw. Everybody would be scared of them.
Yeah, so there would be some kind of creativity to it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, definitely something would have happened by now. But right now it's just talking segments and
Competitive matches.
yeah. But yeah, but it's bad when people are clamoring for Vince to come back
That's true.
because they see what THQ is doing, and they ain't liking where it's going.
Well, I don't think Triple H should get off the hook for this.
Well, yeah, he's just as guilty. Like I don't know. Everybody always wants to talk about how Triple H. Oh, poor Triple H. He's just got to do what they tell him. Like he's just a poor little man who's just like they're telling him to do things, and then he's got to make chicken salad out of what they give him. It's like, no, he's very much in on this whole thing too.
Yeah, he's there while Karrion Kross is doing commercial promos.
Yeah, wrestling on main event. Although I think that's all part of it. I think, like I said, I think they're trying to. I don't know. I think it's part of them trying to get him over is to underutilize him so that people get behind him more. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
like hold him down.
They want to make it seem like they're against him, so the fans rally behind him.
Yes. Like, yeah, there's a report that he's like the number 1 or 2 merch seller right now. So whatever they're doing is working.
Yeah, he won me over.
Yeah. And you know, like with the releases, there was that thing about the releases, like, oh, you know, Triple H, he didn't, you know, they just told him who they were releasing. He didn't have
Of
a say
course.
in it. But then the report came out, it was like, no, he had very much a say in it. As a matter of fact,
He
he
pulled the
picked
trigger.
people. Yeah, like he told them who he was releasing. I was like, yeah, Triple H is not so innocent in all this. But also, though, I think it's funny that, and I looked back and back and back, but we did a video a few months back. This is why you guys should listen to us, by the way. We did a video a few months back, and I think it was a part of Cheap Pops. So, but the title of it in some way was, or the headline of it all was, WWE is not for you anymore. And we talked about the high ticket
Yeah.
prices of WrestleMania and their fate. And this was back for WrestleMania
Right.
41. And it's funny that now we talk about that and now people are starting to see that.
Well, I just know I started off
And
saying AEW is shit, and everybody jumped on board with that. And then I've been saying that Triple H's creative sucks. And people are finally starting to wake up to that.
yeah. And it's just going to be a different WWE. And I don't know. I think in a few years, this WWE is going to be unwatchable.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm sure we'll still be watching
We can
it.
do anime.
Instead of talking about Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
fights.
That'll give us some content.
Yeah, or we'll just move into like a movie review channel.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be pretty expensive. I don't want to do that.
Well, we do movies that are on like Netflix or something.
I did have the idea of a channel called Streaming Now,
Yeah, you just pick the
and just like a straight up straight up movie reviews for every, like, it has to be on a streaming service, and it's movie reviews for those.
yeah, or even because you know how they always have like the top 5 little category. Just pick the first one.
Yeah,
This is the number one thing on Netflix right now. Let's see if the numbers correlate with what reality. I did not like Bridges of Madison County.
what is that?
It's a movie.
Oh, that is the one downside. Like, movie wise, I only watch like superhero movies and comedies, and I have to be in the right mood for a comedy. So if you put me in, if I gotta watch, like, I don't know, some war movie, it's gonna be a rough outing for me.
No, we'd have to workshop that.
Yeah, but yes, there you have it. WrestleMania has changed. WrestleMania is, by the way, poor New Orleans too. Like, some people around the industry, they were upset. Obviously, it's not WWE's, you know, burning, but like what was it, WrestleCon? They planned their WrestleCon around WrestleMania, so they go to the same city as where WrestleMania is. So they already had a venue set up, and now they're gonna have to move to wherever WrestleMania
They have plenty of
goes.
time.
They do, but you know, I'm sure booking a venue, are you gonna get if you already had something? Are you gonna get like a full refund?
I would imagine that there's a deposit. I don't know. It's an extenuating circumstance, so I would assume. The only hassle would be booking the second venue.
Yeah. And again, that's not on WWE. Like you're leeching off
Right.
us. We're gonna do what we need to do, and you've got to figure it out.
Exactly.
But yeah, let us know what you think. Is it even a big deal that WrestleMania is changing direction? I don't know. Let us know what you think about it. But on that note, I think that's all we got. So let me double check on that.
That is all.
I keep sneezing, and I don't know why. Like it's not even anyway. Yes, that is all we got. So on that note, if there's anything you agree with, let us know in the comments below. If there's anything you disagree with, let us know in the comments below. Thank you to the 7 that we had in the building. We're getting up there. Can you imagine if we had 10?
Great.
But we're gonna get there one day. And on that note, is there anything else? Oh yeah, hit the like button, by the way. But is there anything else?
If you are suffering from AIDS, the only thing you can do is stay positive.
There you go. And on that note, the survey says, one more for the good guys.